Final Fantasy VII, one of the greatest RPGs of all time, made in 1997 by that famous company in Japan. Now the beginning of this game was quite boring for me, so I just skipped past the first explosion of the Maker Reactor and right into the boss battle for the second explosion of the Maker Reactor, because the only thing that happened in that time is we met a character named Jessie and she died for not being good at her job. After you beat that boss, explosion happens and Cloud falls down to a near death. But Bear is there to save everyone because he is the leader of Avalanche and that's his job, is to save everybody. We then have to go to Shinra headquarters, which is all kind of boring and a bunch of confusing shit as well. We get a dog named Red and a frickin' motorcycle. Eventually you reach the end of the road, you gotta fight the giant tank-like thing that's been following you the whole time. Fortunately, he's a lot easier than the remake, so we blast through him, but we lose on motorcycle. We do what any man would do when he loses his motorcycle. Capture a giant bird to ride until we run up on a beach and meet a little girl passed out, which we try to refuse giving CPR, but we are coaxed into it so we can ride her dolphin that will help us climb the tower to once again defeat Shinra. Then we join the army, show off our sick gun moves to everyone in there so we can get on top of a boat and cross the sea. Picked up a dog at Shinra headquarters and he's blending in with the army just like everyone. In the basement of that ship is a giant monstrosity that no one told me about. And we had to blast through that so we could finish our voyage across the sea. Found some birds on our climb up this mountain. And we killed their mother for 10 Phoenix down. I don't know how that works, but that's what we did. Found Dime, Barrett's best friend from his childhood, and he told us how he wanted to kill everything, including himself. Went back to the army and seen everyone was copying my sick moves I taught them. Went back to see Priscilla we saved from CPR. Things got a little weird, so I just bounced. Found an old man in the mountains, and he told us about how there's energy in the world called Mako, and if we don't protect it, the whole world will crumble before our eyes. Then he took us down to a cave and told us we had to kill his demons, so we could further our journey, and to prove that our dog Red was strong enough to come with. Met Sid, and showed us that chivalry's still not dead. Then he told us about the one time he almost went to the moon. Vice President Palmer showed up, and he called us all fat-phobic for Sid's comments. He was so upset that he wanted to fight about it. Easily one of the hardest enemies. We got Sid safe in his plane, but we are shot down immediately, turning our plane into a boat for the rest of this trip. We get lost for some time along the way, looking for a key item called the Keystone that will get us into the Temple of the Ancients. Said fuck it and went to the casino because I was tired of running in circles. Found the key item I was looking for in the casino after running in circles, and the owner said I could have it after I did some questionable things. Took Aerith on a date after that long night to get my mind refreshed, and she told me that she was actually in love with me. Found out that the character that I forgot I talked to hours ago is actually still in my party and is a spy and has been telling Shinra everything that we've been doing this whole entire time. So that's cool. But he still wants to be friends. Went to the Temple of Ancients and found out Shinra had already beat us there. And he tells us about how he got hurt and why he's crying. Shows how he asked one of his coworkers out, and she briefly declined in a polite way. And after he was done telling us why he was crying, he showed us that Sephiroth was actually there and slashed him down. Cloud then has visions from Sephiroth about black materia and bringing down a meteor to kill all life on the world, even the dinosaurs. The character we forgot about once again pops up into our head telepathically and lets us know that they will sacrifice themselves for the greater good and repent for all their sins. Have to fight a giant wall demon just to get out of the temple. And then get the black materia but accidentally give it to Sephiroth and take out all of our anger of the situation out on Aerith, just to let her know this is actually her fault. Pass out unconscious and arise to visions of Aerith in a forest, telling us to follow her. We try to punish Aerith once again. We are stopped by our teammates. And then it's final boss time, where we take on the same boss that we've killed 2 other times in the game so far. A slightly harder version. Unfortunately, at the end of that battle, Aerith does pass away, which is not going to make me upset for putting hours and hours to grinding into her final limit, but that's okay. We didn't have to do that apparently, if we knew this was going to happen, but that's how the first disc ends. Not a happy ending, but honestly, playing this game in 2023 has been more enjoyable than most of the AAA games that have come out. So if anyone's bored looking for this, looking for a game, or looking to play the original before the remakes all come out, recommend doing this. It's pretty fun. Just don't put a lot of fucking time into Aerith.